Whoosh! What's up, my ladies? My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What or What Am I Doing? So, this is the custom card review. And, yes, I know that I make a lot of these videos, but that's okay. Now, let's move on to the custom cards. So, in this archetype, it's called Love Story, of course. It's actually a fusion of two separate archetypes, Dragon Maids and the Golden Lords archetype. I still call it Golden Lords because it has a outlage that allows the user to basically, So let's begin with the beginning of the story. Normally it would be monsters, spells, and traps, but because of story, let's start with the trap card that got this archetype started. So, Golden Meeting of Love. It's a counter trap. If you control Outlage, the Golden Lord, you can just destroy one face-up card on the field during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard to set one of the Golden Lords as part of the archetype. Eldritch spell or trap card directly from your deck. You can only use one Golden Meeting of Love effect for once per turn. And only once per turn. If this card, or if your opponent declares an attack on a Outlage the Golden Lord monster on your field, while this card is in your banish zone, you can shuffle this card into the deck. And then you negate that attack and banish that attacking monster. So, the reason why why this card is the beginning of this archetype is basically is a love story, like beginning of a love story, where the Golden Lord had a meeting with other people, and then the Laundry Dragon Maid was in shock that she wasn't there, or she was not invited, but she kept herself from it. So, but she focuses on the meeting part. But Golden Lord did notice her, but he was too busy with, meeting other people. Yeah, so then when she went... So now we're moving on to Mistake of the Golden Lord. So, if you control a Laundry Dragon Maid monster on the field, you can select one card from your deck or graveyard to be added to your hand. Destroy 3 cards from either player's fields to the graveyard. If you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent's side points. You can only use each effects of Mistake of the Golden Lord for once per turn. So she basically accidentally ripped the Golden Lord's cape through the laundry And yeah. So the Golden Lord was like, he knew, but instead of being angry at her, she actually was so embarrassed to even tell him. So now we're moving on to the kind heart of the Golden Lord. So it's a fusion spell card. So basically, fusion summon one fusion monster by using the materials from your deck, hand, or field as fusion materials to the graveyard. If you do, then the fusion monster, her original attack, gets doubled until the end of your next turn. If you control a Outledge the Golden Lord monster on the field while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Laundry Dragon Maid monster from your deck, graveyard, hand, or banish zone to your field in attack mode. But that monster gains 2,500 attack points. You can only use each effects of this Arcane Heart of the Golden Lord once per turn. So sorry, I had to blow. So he forgives her about it, and he loves her so much that he even made her his queen. So yeah. Now we're moving on to the monster. Golden Lord of the Love. It's a light level 12 dragon fusion effect monster. It needs one Laundry Dragon Maid monster plus one Golden or Outledge the Golden Lord monster. If this card is fusion summoned, you can select one card from your opponent's deck, banish that selected card to the banish zone until the end of the turn. This card can attack all monsters on the field once per turn, or once per battle, and until the end of the turn. So this card is unaffected by card effects, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon. It's supposed to say special summon one of the fusion materials to your field in attack mode. But the fusion material loses 1,000 attack points until the end of the turn. You can only use this effects for once per turn. So it's basically like you use the... So this is how a full story is. So the Golden Lord had a meeting with every other Yu-Gi-Oh card, and this is how the story started, and then mistakes, things of the Laundry Dragon Maid was accidentally, and then the kind heart of because deep down inside the Golden Lord's true heart, he loves her so much. He does not care about everyone else. So, yeah, so he made her the princess, or the queen, the bride. That's why the Golden Lord of Love is so, but there is some tragic story that the could go both ways. So the Golden Lord, you could summon Golden Lord or to your field, but its attack points get 1,000. Like, it loses 1,000. So basically, the Golden Lord would only have, instead of like 2,600, he ends up losing 1,000, so it makes him have 1,600. Because, yeah, he lost his beloved during a fight. So, yeah. So now we're on to the final card. Rejoin of the Golden Lord. It's a quick play spell card that if you control a Eldritch Golden Lord monster on the field, you can pay 1,000 life points, special summon one Laundry Dragon Maid or monster from your deck or graveyard or battlefield to your field in attack mode. But the selected monster gains 1,600 attack points. Also, both monsters on your field can attack your opponent's life points directly per duel. So, basically, what it means is basically he made a noble sacrifice to see her one more time. Like, he sacrificed one of the guards thing, or one of his royal servants, in order to see his beloved girlfriend / wife again. So, yeah. So this is the updated version to the one that was before. So, like this one, these elemental villains are the opposites to elemental heroes. But they're not like truly evil versions, like the evil heroes archetype. But they're enough to like satisfy anyone. So let's go over it, because I normally do I do 9 cards per custom cards. Or it depends on how much I feel like. So, yeah. Now, let's start with... We already did the love story. So now we're on to elemental villains. New Sun. He's a dark level 7 fiend effect monster. This card cannot be normal summon or set, must first be special summoned by attributing one elemental hero Neos monster on the field. All other monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense until the end, or until this card leaves the field. This card can attack all monsters on the field, but this card gains 1,000 attack points. I know it says life points, but attack points. For each destroyed monster or monsters, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck, destroy all monsters on the field to the graveyard. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent's life points. So, Neos is a vanilla monster that has a special power that allows him to fuse with others. This one basically makes every other monster weak. Kind of like how All Might shocks everybody. And then we got Bubble Tricks. She's a water level 6 warrior effect monster. This card cannot be normal summon or set, blah blah blah. And if this card is special summoned, you can select one monster on the field. The selected monster effects gets negated and its attack points reduced to or get set to 0 until the end of your next turn. This card can, it's supposed to be this card can or gains, it's probably supposed to be like gains that selected monster's original attack points. And this card is unaffected by card effects and cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. This card can attack all monsters on the field. So, yeah, here's a funny thing. So, I made like a little background story where Bubble Tricks is actually in love with him. Yeah, so, and she also has the graveyard effect where she can select one monster, elemental villains monster from your deck to be special summoned to your field and attack. Or, so, ignoring their summoning conditions. So basically, this card can bring out this monster. And then it has the Icebreaker Rex. It's a water level 4 dinosaur effect monster where this one is basically a searcher card that, and it gains 2,000 attack and defense. So it basically went from 1,500 to 3,500. And yeah. So this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And this card cannot attack all monsters on the field. And then we do... This is a final spell card that actually helps the archetype that to bring out like certain materials. So like you can select one monster in your opponent's deck, special summon it to your field in attack mode, ignoring the summoning conditions. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage, or points of damage, to your opponent's life points. You can only use each effects of Raging Summon of the elemental villains for once per turn. So, let me clear this up. So, let me clear this up for you. Ready? So, let's say you were in a duel, and your opponent was playing elemental heroes, and it's like your turn, and you drew this card. You could activate it and steal one of your opponent's, like say, elemental hero Neos, to be special summoned to your field. And then you had him in your hand. You tribute the Neos to special summon this card out. Sorry, I talked so fast. So, yeah. And I'm not supporting the villains. I know there's like monsters that are basically like way more powerful than Neos or elemental heroes. But I wanted to focus on, like, there's always those villains that kind of like how Batman villains are. They're not like truly evil. They're just like doing it for the purpose. Like the Joker, he doesn't want Batman to be killed by any other villain. And so, yeah. And sorry if I went quiet. So imagine for this archetype example, so elemental villains, some of the villains are just they're just doing it because they're trying to let it all out. They're not trying to be because there's always going to be good and evil. What's good with heroes without villains? Like elemental heroes, like Neos, Trinitrix, Avion, Bubble Man, Clayman, Wildheart. Those or those heroes needed someone to really go at it, instead of how it's like their opposite counterparts. If you know what I meant. It's like every superhero movie is like Batman the Brave and the Bold, where Joker saves Batman from the Justice League. And yeah, because Owlman did a bad thing. So yeah. And so Yeah. So that's why. Big and plus, I'm not into like evil villains or no, evil heroes because I know they're part of the elemental heroes archetype, but you need to, or they need, or this is what I'm trying to say. There's always going to be like, there's elemental heroes and then there's evil heroes. But there's always going to be a middle person that pushes the evil hero or pushes heroes to their breaking point. You know what I meant. So that's why I made this archetype. Because I want it to be like right in the middle. How the hero, it's like a backstory to them. Like how I did with the love one, like this archetype. And so if you guys want more information about this archetype, and if you want to try out these cards, they're all on Dueling Book, so please go check them out. And I'm allowing you guys to like try them out for first time. Who knows? These cards might be becoming real if we have enough people to like play the archetype. And sorry for my wording, like certain ones, like this one, it's supposed to be like gaining that monster's attack points or the original attack points. So basically, it gains your opponent's like monster. Like imagine your opponent having the 5-headed dragon on the field. And you use that card, like this card, to... It will become weak, but its attack points get transferred into her. So she would be at 7,400 and attack points. That would be enough to like obliterate ain't it? So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. And the Bubble Tricks is the opposite counterpart, like elemental villain version of Bubble Tricks. That elemental hero Bubble Tricks. Or no, wait, hold on, make sure. It's Spinatrix thing. So, because you could see some people, well, you could see some people, like how certain characters are the opposites to each other's. Like, example, Heat Blast, or no, not Heat Blast, Firestorm is the opposite of Killer Frost. And so I'm doing a comparison, if you know what I meant. So, like, basically, they're not, like, truly evil. Like, Batman villains are just doing it just for their own separate reasons. like Poison Ivy, wanted to turn everything back into like the jungle. I'm not talking about a jungle gym. I'm talking about like the forest. She has a reason to like trying to take over the world. So yeah. So yeah. And we all have like different predators versions of ourselves. Like, have you ever thought about someone that you don't know but constantly stalking you like a predator till the right moment to strike? That's kind of like the anime and cartoons are. So, like, example for My Hero Academia. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a hero move, or it's a hero anime. So, Toga is the opposite of Ochako, or I like to call her Gravity Girl. Because reason that so Gravity Girl or Ochako to be which characters, she gets embarrassed by thinking of Zuko, the main character. And every time that she thinks about him, she blushes in her face as she gets nervous. She had to walk away and cool off. But Toga, on the other hand, really wants to like get near him and basically stabs him. Type thing, if you know what I meant. So yeah. That's what I was trying to go for. So, yeah. Like the evil villain Icebreaker Rex is the opposite counterpart to the Dominus Rex, basically, or Ultimate Tyranno Rex. So, yeah, but this card is mostly a support item, or no, support card. And to be like, if it's normal summon, you can select one evil hero or evil, no, elemental villain card from your deck to your hand. And then, yeah. So, it could go up to that much attack points. Because, yeah, I did a math. Sorry. So, yeah. But out of both archetypes, the love story and this, I will pick. So, comment down below which cards would you want to see in real life? Is it Evil Hero, or no, not Evil Hero, Elemental Villain Nexus? Bubble Tricks? Icebreaker Rex? Or this one that I mostly highly requested from my own brain? That's round one. Round two is basically... Sorry. So round 2 would be like one of these. And yeah. But my most favorite one that I never actually created in my entire life was this card. We have cards that like could bring themselves out by like filling the requirements, like the Time Mage or Dark Magician Mage, and other cards that I could not think of right this moment. So, but this card basically allows you to take one of your opponent's monsters, special summons them to your field, and you could use them as like synchros, fusions, or whatever. But my most favorite one is, or because of that reason, that's why I picked it. So my most favorite one is Mistake of the Golden Lord, because it allows you to, if you have Laundry Dragon Maid on the field, you can select one card from your deck or graveyard to be added to your hand, and destroy 3 cards from either player's fields to the graveyard. So, like, basically, you picked one of them and you accidentally destroyed 3 cards. And that inflicts 300 damage to your opponents. So, yeah. But my least favorite card that I basically was not very fond of is this. It's not bad, it's just sometimes when you try to get like Eldridge the Golden Lord on the field, sometimes it's for me. It's hard. If you know what I meant. So, yeah. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this custom cards, Hearns, and maybe next time I might do a cooler episode or cooler custom cards. Or maybe I should update these custom cards every day. Until I get to the until I finish up my thought process of the new What If stories. So, yeah. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all that stuff. Please. Do it for Claire from One Piece What If. Because she needs a like from you guys. So, peace.